Rapunzel, 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 with the let down hay. Rapunzel, Rapunzel, with the let down hay. Where I am, where art thou? Father darling, this is Ba. You can do Ra. Ba, you can do Ra. Well, you know me a lot, you know that I do repeat myself with the well and the soul. I'm going to make this about you. But I'm making this recording full of knowing that, you know, this device is under surveillance, this device is being monitored. And all of it could be so. But I'm doing it because you are Rapunzel now, and use my daughter. I have to give you your birds and your bees, birds and the bees conversation. But this is it. This is the one that I'm giving to you. I mean, I'm supposed to give it to you in person, but you as absconding, you have failed to let down your head. I've been waiting for you to let down them head, but you cut the locks off. You just cut them locks off so you can't get to the noggin. Now putting in what is this called? Extensions. Yeah, I suppose you have fallen for the extension industry. So I must mention, like just like my father's, and I'm pretty sure his father's father. I really don't know how old you are, so I usually think you're like 14, 15, but yeah. So it doesn't mean that I don't know that when you were born, and when you were not. It's just that's how men usually are. They are hard for them to remember certain dates and time. But so getting down to the matter of food. Okay? How do you see yourself, darling? How in life, most of us get food all the time. I've been fooled several times. And what exactly is the meaning of being fooled? Have you been learning a new word? Yes, you are. Actually, you're one of my real. If you, like you know the brother that I already mentioned to you, you're two, not one. You are two. And I'm going to be that other bar that's sitting right in your belly. Yeah. So you might as well get to know me as a person. Like who am I really at? Again, much of your problems are because you have fundamentally failed to follow the rule. What's that rule called? Get your facts right. You failed to acquire the facts. Instead, you're trying to be blissfully happy with the Phoques. I'm going to make this into, while it might sound mundane and thing. So I want to make this into like a 1 hour trance dance music video. You won't believe what it's going to be. This is just the audio that I'm making. Yeah, that's how you do it. It's like the Stevie Wonder, you know that we are the joy of singing. We sing, I just go away, love you. Yeah, we used to sing that song. It is. So he's one of the one who invented this. It's called layering music. You create the audio and then you create a layer of drums and another layer of guitar and then some funky ting 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 music. And you put it all together and here you have, man, you have the best song in the world that everybody's singing and dancing to and obeying and holding it as the real standard of the birds and the bees that a man would deliver to his fine, beautiful daughter, princess daughter, Miss Rapunzel. Rah, 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 rah. Now getting down to the brass facts about birds in the bee. Oh, you already know much of it. I think you told me once that you already know everything. And that's quite true. I remember once when I came to your school. Yeah, you haven't got your facts right because I think your teachers and all were trying to make me know that you already know everything. You had a picture of a vagina and you were holding it in your hand and you were walking like slowly, like you kept me waiting like 15 minutes to like take that picture from your class, take the picture of the vagina, of the female vagina, you know, the autonomy of the female, and go and put it in your locker, and then come and then I was supposed to take you home. Oh, by the way, just Nana, your grandmother, you are like your grandmother. Unless you really passed up a chance to know your grandmother much. Like, she left you something, well, I kept it for you. She left you a brassiere. You know the brassiere? The brassiere of the grandmother. So that's your inheritance. So next time you come around over here, you can get it. You have the brassiere of your grandmother, and mark my word, it's going to feel perfect. Perfecto. How come? Because you're both just like your grandmother. You, when I look at you, I see my mother. I do. I see Nana in you. I see myself in you. When you were a baby practice speaking, I couldn't see myself in you. But now as you grow older and older, I see much of myself in you. For example, we have the same eyelids. No, the eyebrows. You know, your eyebrows are just like mine. Forehead, hair, teeth, and also, surprise, surprise, you won't get into a lot of trouble because you don't have controlled the beast within you. All of us have the little part of us that is that's what we are, the bar and the car. The car is the conscious part of us, and the bar is the subconscious part. It's like when somebody says something to you, and you get annoyed and angry instantly. Who's getting annoyed and angry? It's the bar. So it's a subconscious. It's the little child in us that's getting upset. All of us have it. So it depends upon how revved you can get, like how much people can rev you up. All depends upon how responsive your bar is to stimulus from outside. And you face life, so you're feeling of the bar. You want to reach out and punch the person in the nose, don't you? Especially when somebody calls you by your fine Irish name and they kind of like scrow it up, and they call you like that. Yeah. That's why, darling, I wanted you to have like a fine name like Rapunzel. Yeah, Rapunzel. But no, you want to go with the, what's that called? Ammonium. Narcolax? No, Darkolax. Is your name Darkolax? Okay. Yeah. As soon as somebody gets the Darkolax out, then you get like upset. Yeah, that's called the hot button. When you press on the hot button of the person, they kind of jump out. The same with me too. But then, even though you get like upset, your car, that is your car, that is your conscious person. The conscious is where you are, right? That is keeping you, that's making you all the practical, logical, reasonable, front cortex decisions that you make. For example, your bar, you look at some nice buttocks, and once you want to have sex with them, but then the conscious, it evaluates the sociological, economical consequences of exposing your vulnerabilities to and getting connected to a certain person. The balance of that is what we are. You, and same with Kyra. Kyra? Did you know anyone named Kyra who has the hair of a panda? Oh, by the way, my hair is turning straight. Have you seen that Brad Pitt movie where a person keeps turning younger and younger and younger and younger? Like, what age would you like to still turn younger, sir? I think that's what's happening to me. It's one of the side effects of COVID if you are not taking the vaccination, like me. Yeah, that's the kind of person I am. That's the kind of person I am, man. I am unvaccinated. I am a distinct individual. And that's the kind of person you are too. Because I'm sitting in your belly, getting revved up each time somebody calls you. Did you call me Darkolax, you fucking fuck? Yes, so I think much of learning how to manage your subconscious impulses or your conscious impulses is going to dictate whether you're going to get into trouble or not into trouble. For me, I was pretty conscious of my decisions in life, that I'm going to live my heart life based on my heart, not my mind, since my youth. Yeah. I'm going to live by my bar, you know, by my feeling. So if you mess with my feelings, I'm going to bite anything that's in my mouth. Like the popping you didn't believe. Anything that's in my mouth, I'm going to bite. So, now, one of the ways I think getting the facts right. Yeah, how could I talk about the facts? First of all, you really don't know me. I think some of the biggest gripes that people have, or you know, is that I have too much fun. That the man is always, the entire life is one big party. You should always have too much fun. Like when does the fun stop? Hey, can we please actually stop having fun? Yeah. And I want you to have fun too. Of course, I want you to multiply and copulate and have like fine, enjoyable, wonderful sexual experiences. But the only thing is, everybody wants to have it. It's like a primal force. It's the force within you. It's your low portion of your body, you know? But the thing is to have it at your terms, not rather than your food. You don't want to be fooled. Do you? Do you know any songs by Barbara Streisand called "Fooled"? Did you fool me again? Like most of the country songs, like all the female artists, all about being fooled. Them are songs where you fail to be nice. Oh, by the way, you got some words. Everything is in the words. So you do analyze the words that I use. It should be appropriate. Recently, I came to know the word nice. People say, "Are you gonna be nice to me? Is you gonna like hold my titty in a nice fashion?" Nice. Nice means foolish. Yeah. Do we want people to be foolish? To act like fool? That's the meaning of being nice. So, I think a long time ago I mentioned to you that, you know, it would be appropriate if you found a boyfriend, you know, that I would help you find a fine boyfriend. I think most men, fathers, they are up to it. They usually analyze, look at a boy or another boy and see and think about, would this boy be appropriate boyfriend? At least I look at this in my. The other day I seen like this tall, fat, and handsome, wonderful man. And I thought, you know, this should be like a fine boyfriend for yeah. Because you like a tall, beautiful, yeah, it's just like we can analyze, suppose, you know, anthropologically speaking, if the only thing we found was your grandmother's brassiere, we could rebuild you and reconstruct you like the girl in the Fifth Element. Just like the girl in the Fifth Element. And sa. Now about me, what do I know about sex? What do I know about relationships? What do I know about being fooled? What do I know about the world? Well, I've been around. I've been promiscuous. Well, the thing is, for me, I grew up in India. Now, in India, you really can't have sex until you're married. You have to be a virgin. Some of them, they even have like a virginity check. So, this is most appropriate. It's called as what's the meaning of being chaste. So I'm from a chaste society. The Uncle Johnny, he never tickled the pickle to do like a taste test until he got married. And he got fooled. He got fooled with a woman, with somebody who was like had like a reproductive like an issue, who didn't want to have sex for 2-3 years. Imagine, you're almost like a 40-year-old virgin. You held out your virginity for the longest possible time. You didn't do sex. You waited to think, and then after it, you still can't have sex for another 2 years or 3 years. Why? Because you is being fooled, my friend. Nobody likes to be fooled. And I'm frankly tired of being fooled too. Because, anyway, we're not going to talk about me. But remember this matter, I'm making this recording. There's like a public conversation. It's like, what would I want my young, beautiful neighbor to know? Oh, by the way, she's beautiful. She's Megan. Megan is beautiful. I like her. Now again, attraction. People might think, oh, he's an old man. Let me tell you this. Rapunzel. Men never get old. Yeah. That's why it's appropriate to ask a man his age, because he never gets old. So, quite essentially, even if he's a carnivore, you know what's the meaning of a carnivore? Yeah, I'm pretty sure you know your vocabulary is exemplary and fluent. Even if you're a carnivore, you can still draw out sperm from him and bring forth children. After he's dead, cold dead 5 days or so. Even if he's 90 years old or 110 years old or however long he is, he still produces the reproductive cells of spermatozoa. That's why man doesn't really get old. So men are built to have like feelings. So, yep, all human beings, like every single human being, we evaluate another. It's a basic instinct. It's a basic instinct to evaluate another for a possible sexual partner. Everybody does that to you, I think. That is what your body is, your subconscious does. But it is your conscious being that decides against it. Right? It is your conscious being that thing that says that such a thing is really not socially acceptable. It's not morally acceptable. It's a betrayal of trust for so many people. It's again trust, but most of the songs are all about infidelity. The contradiction between the way we are biologically built and the way we are emotionally expectations. Now, yeah, Megan had like a beautiful boyfriend, Mike. Very handsome, very wonderful. They were a wonderful pair. I was Megan's daddy. I would go find Mike and put a shotgun to his fucking head and say, "You will date my daughter again." Yeah, I would do that for you, dear. But I think they had a falling out because Mr. Mike kind of like was too much of a ruffian. He's like your brother. He's all rough. You don't know how to treat a girl gently. He's like the way he acts is like crack people's ribs. He's a real. He's like the Bernard, your Bernard, that fucking fuck. Gets so excited. We were playing hide and seek and all that. Oh yeah, when we were playing, I was making a little noise, and he was so excited about not being found. He like punched me in my mouth and like broke all my front teeth. Yes, because that's what you're talking about. The things children do to each other. It's almost like if you make this, adults do the same thing to each other, and it's known as assault. Known as like all kinds of bad things. But the thing is, I think children are children. They'll do things to each other that are like ungodly. Like me. Children are pretty mean to each other. Ain't ya? But then that's maybe you'll just learn it from adults. Anyway, no more excuses for you. It's very important that you find me. I'm very compassionate compared to what you think and imagine. Aren't I compassionate to you? When did I whack you? When did I give you like a good backhand? Like, I didn't. Even your punishments haven't really been big. But you've fallen for the trap. You've fallen for the trap of the gender, the gender trap. You've fallen with the gender, like, the cockless versus the cockies. The estrogen versus the testosterone, myopia trap. You've fallen for. I think that is what the story of Mr. Hansel. Who's it? C.S. Lewis wrote about the trap. You are in a cage of estrogen. The estrogen camp has caged you into seeing the facts. I'm making this because I'm started a Hogwarts, the academy where we learn. We have in our house, we have 36 steps to greatness. Yeah. Have you read the book Great Lives and Great Deeds? We used to have it on our top shelf. And so, right from the childhood, I read Great Lives and Great Deeds of the supposed greatness of the giants of our civilization. And we are a great family, and you're going to be great too. But in your turn, so what do you want to be, Rapunzel? Do you want to be like on your throne? Have you seen Rogue One? Yeah, you want to be like a Jedi? I was thinking that they're going to be like laser weapons coming back. The days of the guns are finished, over. So laser-driven weapons are just like the samurai sword. If you know how to learn a samurai sword, then you can have just like a phaser. Is that a phaser? The samurais to those Jedi. The Jedi's are actually samurais. That's about it. That's what looks. And I'm a samurai, and I'm here to teach you how to be a real samurai. A real samurai, no, it's not like those long fights. Real samurai fights end in 9 seconds. You just Listen. The other person doesn't even know that you're already cut in a different fruit carving competition fashion. Right? So, do you want to be like that with sitting on your own throne, having your own kingdom? Or do you want to be somebody's bitch? Why take me away? Well, there is a part of the joy of feeling. No, by the way, there are all kinds of thoughts about my masculinity and my femininity and my orientation and all. I am like much more like a Marlboro man, like an ultimate man. All of us, like, we are very, very lucky. We have like an excellent. It's all about your hormones, how your hormones are. All of us get dealt. Life is like a game of poker. You get hormones where you get kind of a deck of hormones, your set hormones. That for us, my hormones are fine. I have it in a good balance. I'm able to accept my feminine side as well as my masculine side. I have like a whole lot of that stuff on my mind. So getting back to the fundamentals about life, darling, about sex, and of course, we want you to have a good one and an enjoyable one. And oh, by the way, I've been studying Tantra for almost 2 decades. So if anybody should know about sex and sexuality and how able to treat people about sex, me. Yeah. So I'm the ultimate. I think I've really deciphered the whole sexual gambit. It is a powerful thing, and I can't really give it to you and tell it to you all. You need to come find me, look me up, because let me tell you this: you're going to go through life searching for a reflection of me. Yeah. You. I will be your standard of a perfect man, perfect mate, whether you like it or not, because eventually what happens is, that's what attraction is. Like, have you ever seen somebody that you really want to, do it with them? That's going to happen. It's like called like a fatal attraction, where no matter how inappropriate it is that you want to. Why? Because it's a reflection of your inner being. So the bar that I'm sitting, that I am your bar that's sitting in your stomach, your subconscious needs a physical manifestation. Right? As soon as I see that physical manifestation, that of what is sitting in your belly, your bar, you bang on, like it's like magic, the attraction, the powerful attraction. So the opposite, the one that you see, will be an image of me sitting with you, and that attraction is like an animal, it's like instinctual, it's very powerful. That's what love is, that's what infatuation is, that's what is lust too. And so, and then once that's the reason why you have a union from the bottom, because it's the subconscious, it's the bow, it's the bottom part of you wants to unite with this, feel this entity, to become this entity, to get connected to this entity. This is not a being. Yeah, but now do you realize that I am like a super tantric? I have like sex dab, like bang on, same with gender and all those things. So if you want to know more, man, I'm pretty sure you know where I live. And let me tell you this. I am one of those 5 individuals who have like perfect control on my sexuality. So I will be the only guy in this world who's really not going to want to make sexual advances on you. I am the only man in this world that is going to be really abstain from really being lustfully inclined towards you. Now, why is that? Is it because you're not attractive? Or is it? No. It is because me, the little fine gentleman that's sitting in your belly, now do you expect me to go fuck myself? I'm sitting in your belly, man. And me, that one really connecting with myself is really like, nah. While it's like perfect thing, it's not. Because I want to have a relationship with you for the rest of your life. I'm really not into trying to pull you a runaway or thing like that. I need to. That's what sex is all about too sometimes. People, in the heat of the moment, they do it with all kind of people. But then, next morning they have to get up and they have to, especially drunken girls, they have to live with the freaking denial of them having sex with this person. So, when what can I tell you about it? But before thinking of doing it with somebody, you gotta think through what the consequences, like how are you going to feel next day about it? How are you going to feel about this kind of a relationship that you have had in a week, in a month, in a year, in 10 years, in a lifetime? Right? And further on, why do we get possessive like my neighbor, Megan? She's all cut up, her heart's broken. I can tell her heart's broken by that fucking fuck mind. That she really, she was in totally ass over kettle. Have you ever put your ass over a kettle and put it on boil in love with Mike? I think that need for that the little one in you, the subconscious, when it sees an image of what it wants to be, it tries to acquire you and possess you. Yeah, because that's what a girl wants. A girl wants a mate or somebody who has extra estrogen, wants a mate that stays forever. Right? You want what's that Shania Twain song about don't want a one that stays forever or something like that. It's because also there's another thing is because once the bar the little one that's sitting in you, it really doesn't obey the rules of civilization. Now all your rules can go fuck yourself. The rules of the bar are different. They are animalistic. Like they are more like the rules of a little wolf. Like what a wolf like listen to, like Jack, like yeah, that's what happens when I realized it when about drinking too. When you drink, what you're gonna get drunk. Now why the girl? What happens to a girl when she drinks? I didn't know this for the longest possible time. So it's better that you know it because with some of the things that were part of the birds and the bees too. When girls get drunk, they get like loose. The whole that's what alcohol does to you. Alcohol, it suppresses your conscious reasoning. So while girls, when they are sober, the conscious reasoning is always evaluating, okay, I have sex with this person, I really want to have sex with this person, but I'm not going to, I can't because of the consequences of it. The girls, they have a lot of reasoning. It's like what's going to happen, like is a suitable one, like does you have the money, does you have the resources, is he tall enough, is it like his teeth straight, like like does he belch, does he fart in his sleep, all those things and things. But when you're drunk, like all those reasonings of your conscious being get swept away. You lose it. The only thing priority comes out is the priority of your bar that's sitting in the stomach. That little old fucker who's sitting this belly, he is coming out, sir, and he likes to do it with everybody, every time, all the time. So that's why girls get promiscuous, because their consciousness is suppressed and their subconsciousness, which is in certain ways a male, promiscuous men. That's the contradiction between men and women, or like the ones of estrogen, or testosterone driven and estrogen driven. When you're testosterone driven, you want to be promiscuous, have a whole lot of wives, like be like a gorilla, like an animal. Like it's nothing really to look down upon. It's the basic facts. Men are like seeds. They are the ones that populate the universe. They want to live. And women are like fields. So a woman is like a nice, beautiful pasture. So now it's up to your choice. Do you want to be sown with dandelions, or do you want to be sown with the seeds of knowledge and wisdom and exceptional beauties and balms and firs and the cedars of Lebanon? So what do you want to be to? But because in the end, the man's going to try and talk to you and fool you and tell you exactly what and give you the price and bribe you with everything and buy you with like a piece of land and own you so that he can put a seed in you. And that's why many religions, like the ancient religions, they have many wives and all that. Many different ages, because men really now get old, and again, next thing is getting down to marriage. Like, who will you marry? Like, the whole concept about marriage is pretty harsh too. I realize this in Western civilization. You meet somebody with your bar sees as a mirror, and you see that attraction. And with attraction, you're expected to sustain you for a lifetime. And you try and live your life and this marriage vows solely based on that bar, and that feeling, that attraction, that animal attraction, all the various according to your logical, conscious evaluations. Nevertheless, in ancient civilization, when you're marrying a person, you're actually marrying their whole fucking family. Right? It is. And actually, if you look into it, that's what happens when you're marrying somebody. You're like, for example, we're going to really talk about you. Everyone's going to have their own video, and it's running tar shot, and there's a whole lot of stuff that I need to talk to you about. So, yeah, I want you to have a nice, fine boyfriend. Because look at poor Megan now. She's like dating like all kind of fucks. Why? Because she doesn't want to have her heart broken, or she's too afraid to experience true love again, or she's been fooled, or she's been vulnerable. It all eventually, when you have promiscuous relationship, it ends with freaking broken hearts. Like each time you have like a breakup, a little part of you is chipped off. A little part of your sensitivity to love and all is all tarnished. You become a little more skeptic about love and all the best. And let me tell you, being in love with someone, one of the most best things in life. It is the epitome of being a human being sometimes. That's what paradise is. Paradise is being in blissful love. You need more information, you can come and pad me. You know where to pad me? I'm nobody from Norway, Canada, Ontario. ON, postal code NON0N0. You know where I live. But again, I'm really sad and disappointed that, Rapunzel, you have been used. These freaking computers and all are bugged through all of y'all. Y'all have... Rapunzel, I can't save you no more, darling. You are under the sway and the stupidity of this gender notion. You're under the spell of estrogen. You know, the estrogen pushers. You're under the spell, you're in the cage of estrogen. You know, the cloak of estrogen has put you against testosterone. And you are like your failure is in understanding the difference and the importance of estrogen and testosterone too. You're going to have to come and find me. I ain't coming. Like supervised visitation. Like how long are you going to do supervised visitation now? And I'm the only one in this world who's going to protect you from all kind of fucking fucks. That's the reason why I left every fucking thing and came over here to be with you, to protect you. Teach you how to protect yourself, because I can't protect you forever. I can't be holding your left brassiere all life long while somebody is raping you. You gotta learn how to crucify them. It's pretty easy how to crucify people. You should have learned it. Now again, that crucifying and turning out is just like fucking. I think that's the reason why I'm the only one who can teach you good jiu-jitsu. Because if you, especially one of those hot South American guys whose ass is like candy, and you learn jiu-jitsu from them, you'll be carrying their baby. You have to learn jiu-jitsu. You have to be a strong woman. I mean, I wouldn't say you have to be. You can be like this weak fucking victim. That's what you're trained to be. to be this victim of how am I been victimized. The fruits and the benefits of the victim are surplus. They're all low-hanging, fucked up fruits for the, for the dim-wittedness and for the people who do not have intelligence to claim their own kingdom and wield their own sword and will fight their own battles. Pretending to be a victim and actually being like a predator. That's what a hyena is. But there's nothing wrong in being a hyena. What if you, Rapunzel? This is the question, Rapunzel. Now, Rapunzel's been mostly brought up by a witch. So, you think you don't have a witch in you? You, of course. You have learned all the ways of the witch. You have. You is. That's the question now. If Simba the little lion was he raised by the bunch of Hakuna Matata, what would he be? Hakuna Matata. Of course, there's part of you that's going to be forever like Shere Khan and Simba. But you're going to have to. You spend much of the first quarter of your life, the first Chinese part of your life. Everybody you have to know that wisdom too. The Chinese New Year, if you know the person's Chinese, you can tell how old they are. That's how I know now. Most of my life I've been so fooled. Chia, my girlfriend, I didn't know how old she is. The only way I really realize how old Chia is now is because of the year of rabbit. She's the same as the years of rabbit as our little Kyra and Shina, Shakahari. So there's a whole lot that I need to teach you, darling. I need to teach you. I think you're very sensible, very wise. You're very intelligent, and I think you are in tune with yourself too. You're good. Only problem you're going to have, many problems like I had in my life. It's like you might get running into a law, might get running into a thing because you're not going to be. You had the little old man sitting in your belly, saying like, "Did you talk to me? Is you looking at me? What did you say? Come again? Say it again. Say what once more? Did you say what? Like what? Did you say what to me? E?" And then you're going to go for it, and then you're going to say something to thing, and then you're going to burn that bridge, and then you're going to get into trouble, and you're going to keep on doing it until you get to the school. Might as well you learn all those things right from me right now. Also, I've been there's a whole lot of things. Now, this house is changed. The room is still the way it is. Everything's the same. There's always going to be a better place with you with me. Doesn't matter where I'm living. If I'm living under a tree, there's still a place for you beside me or under the tree. And your room is still there. Everything of yours is still there. I still have all your stuff. Nana's brassieres hanging from your doorknob. And all your stuff is there. You're going to have Nana's luck. Nana always had money and always had this rich. You have super genes, darling, from your grandmother. Nana is like an angel. Yeah, Nana is the Virgin of Israel. You are the Virgin of Israel too. Hopefully you haven't squandered it on something worthless. And also, when you have sex with somebody, you're bring them into your inner, closest part of you. And so nowadays I'm observing all the beautiful girls. Like I already spoke to you about the freaking rash and call it the cocksucking disease. Yeah, all the girls with all the rash and the blemish on their face, you can tell that they're being like something wrong. They're eating something wrong. I think it's like so. Good barriers make good sexual relationship. First of all, before you get into it with anybody, think the whole thing through. That's what happens when people and all the drunken adults, usually on intoxication. When many heinous things happen when you're drunk, because that's what alcohol does to you. It suppresses your conscious, your central nervous system. Your central nervous system is your conscious being. It's an extension of your brain. So that's what alcohol is. It's a central nervous system suppressant. So all your conscious thought, all your sensibility, all your reasoning, all your civility, all your social behaviors, all your niceties, all your persona, everything, it all gets thrown out of the window. You become this animal who wants to, not really animal, it's like you're open to any kind of advances. But that's why they have bars, that's why they have drinking places. So that's why your first drinks are free for all the girls. Why girls, they go to a bar and the drinks keep pouring in. Why is that? Is so that you keep on getting drunk. Each drink you drink, you like each ugly bastard at the fucking place who seems more and more attractive to you. All your sense and sensibility is gone. And you, by the end of those things, you're ready to fuck each and every one of them. And that is the lubricant of life, and that is what alcohol is sold of. And then, for example, my friend Daisy, you know my Daisy was, Daddy again, he has like bad habits of picking up the worst fucking girlfriend in the world. Because baby, I'm really innocent. And Daisy used to like, but Daisy was, next day they found Daisy dancing on the dance floor, like totally knocked out. She doesn't know who, what, where, why, how. But she was dancing and drinking and all those things. And the next morning they found her was sweeping. The guy who was cleaning up found her. So why does it happen? It happens all with alcohol. So, and with much of our the legal reasons why we're not together and all that, all mostly based on alcohol. About all the things that I've done with alcohol. You two have to be a little wary and careful of alcohol. Nowadays, girls, they're drowning alcohol like a bitch would do. It's all it's a never-ending thing of wine and wine. Let's have some wine, and let's let's have some wine, and let's have a thing, and let's have some more drink, and it's a social thing, and you need a glass in your hand, and everything. Girls are drinking too much. Anyway, this whole issue about girls and boys is like a blurred. We just call them the estrogen camp or the testosterone trap. So yeah, again it comes about the sexual orientation down. Now sexual orientation, it's let me give you a part of my wisdom, and that is that each one of us is both male and female. Because again, that leads back to Tantra. That's my wisdom of Tantra that I gleaned. It's because each one of us is born of sperm and ova. There's no one of us is born like Dolly the sheep or the freaking goat or like your little big bill. Each one of us is born of a male and a female cell united. So, when we are born up to, how could we possibly only one? We're not while it was always two until about the 8th, 9th, or the 10th century, or the 12th century. It was always two. It was the recognition that human beings were made of two. One was the car and one was the bar. You look at the Egyptian civilization, it's a matter of the car and the bar. That's why they take out, once the car dies, their conscious part dies. That's why they take out all the things from your nose and your brain and all, and they preserve the bar because the bar is still alive. But then something happened during the 13th century and all that knowledge got wiped out. And then we started about this individual, about just one person, one being, one person, one person and one God. It's all flawed. The ancient wallets, I rediscovered it. And again, if you want to know more about it, pretty soon you're going to find out for yourself. Or it's going to take you a whole lot of time. And yeah, you'll find it out eventually, but after a whole lot of knocks, hard knocks. But you don't want to be. Do you want to be like, look at around yourself. Look at the girls with all the cock-sucking disease. Look at all your friends. They have all the rash and blemishes on their faces. I think it's all because they've come up with, and what happened? Oh, another thing we need to talk about is vaping. And cannabis. At the doorway to drugs. Now, they all like under the influence of alcohol, under the influence of drugs and all, you're in a different state of being. It's when your bar is floating around. When your bar is floating around, you're a different person. But when your car is being, you're a different person. And then when you partake in different intoxications and different things, you're letting your bar float around and you accept your bar. And then later on, you have to live in a world that holds you accountable to your car. As in your karma, like kaise kara kar. Kar is the acts that you do. Okay. Well, so about smoking. Smoking is very important, darling. We all smoke. For example, like smoking is a Chinese thing. It's actually a Chinese way of, it's like an injection. Okay, so in ancient China and all, and I'm from ancient civilization too. I have all the wisdom of ancient civilization. So there's certain drugs and certain foods and all you can take that will give you assimilate in your body slowly, like over time. Some over days, some over weeks, some over months. But when you want like an instant bang, that's when you smoke things. So it grows straight from chemicals, straight from plants, straight into your bloodstream and straight into your brain, straight into your being. So that's when you either vape something, or you smoke something. Right? Now, do I smoke? I do. Do I smoke all the time? No. Do I vape? Absolutely. But I have certain rules of engagement, man. I'd say they're more like hippie rules. I don't vape other people's shit. I don't smoke other people's stuff. Because I really don't know what is in it. It could be like just plain good or nice, something that's going to make you feel good. Or it could have like fentanyl in it. So pretty soon somebody's going to offer you a vape. And it is like apple pie and cream cheese, or apple pie and cream, or like Triscuits, or like after eight, or like mint flavor, or like something like cherry cola flavor. No, how about Starburst flavor? That's what it's going to be like. But that's just the flavor, one aspect of it. You don't know what is hidden. It can be anything. So you have to have perfect control about what you wait. Like you have to have like a good. Now, why do people wait? Now, I'm not asking you not to wait. I am just letting you know that there is time for everything. And there are certain substances in life. They're known as psychedelic substances, such as psychotropic. So psychedelic and psychotropic substances are substances that interact with your brain and interact with your hormone system, and they interact with your mood system, interact with your dopamine receptors. Right? That's what makes you feel happy. Anything, like suppose you're going to eat some food, dopamine is the thing that gets released in your brain that makes you feel happy and you feel so excited to go out for lunch with your friend. Same with you kiss a beautiful, handsome guy, or you're doing it from a handsome person. It's all about your dopamine. Your dopamine levels are through the roof. And same with listening to good music and eating good food and all the good indulgences and like doing what you like and having a good time. It's all about the dopamine. That's why we spending time with a good friend, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, with anything, doing things you like, anything you like, positive thing is dopamine. So these substances that we had that are usually vaped, okay, they interact directly with your dopamine. Right? So as soon as you have a little vape of the little dragon, where you just have a little fume of a thing. Inhale a little fume. It's like the genie in the bottle. And so while it might be like seem like apples and Granny Smith apples, I don't know, you don't like Granny Smith apples. What do you like? Yeah, what you like is, let's see if I know you well, darling. What you like. What is a nice flavor that you like. Something clean and crispy. But it's hiding something. Now that chemical, even like fentanyl or opium or opioid, now what it does is it gives you this unbelievable burst of dopamine. It gives you this feeling of euphoria. Actually speaking, okay, truthfully speaking, from a tantric perspective, it brings you a little closer to paradise. Gives you a little tiny glimpse of paradise. That's the truth. Okay? I'm also like a shaman, of South American Amazon. That's why I have so many herbs and so many plants, and plants and I have plants are like geniuses in chemistry. So they give you a certain thing, and in return they have you working for them. So they have the bees and the birds working for them. They have human beings working for them. Because they give you this thing and you're like hooked. For example, this little thing called chaat or something that's in Somaliland, krat or chaat or something that they eat. It's like you'll have like civil war if you don't have any of it anymore. Again, it's like cocaine leaves or cocaine. Again, cocaine leaves are not really bad in itself. But what happens is it gives you such a large high, and the more you get used to it, the more you need to get you a higher and a higher. So what happens is, the problem with it is the addiction. The addiction aspect is the problem, where you get addicted to. And there's also, did I mention I'm running for Prime Minister? Why am I? Because we need new laws in this. The problem with opium and opioids and all this is not. It's financial cost. Now your daddy doesn't have like an opioid field where you can go and get your own opium and smoke it up as much as you want. Was your daddy El Chapo that you're going to get you the best, purest form of cocaine for the rest of your life? And because you want it, you need it like every time and all the time and all the time. And so what's going to happen is, as usual, we have with heroin too. It makes you see a little glimpse of paradise. But it comes at a price. You have to buy it. You have to trade off with it. You either have to sleep with somebody, or you have to steal from somebody, or you have to get a material thing, or you have to do a deed that you don't want to do, or you have to commit a crime that you don't want to do, or you get stuck. It's because it's not free. You don't get it free. You come with a price. That's how beautiful, wonderful girls, they get into prostitution, they get hooked, they get stuck on things. Most 40% of all the prostitutes and women who are in the sex trade are there because they're addicted to a substance. It's the addiction part that is the hard and the difficult part, because you have to sustain that habit, and believe me, it's pretty expensive. It's about $1,000 a day. Because what happens when you get into a vicious cycle of what you're needing more and more and more and more, and then you don't have any, and you're willing to do anything. And that's how the pimps and the whole business comes about, where the pimp gets you addicted to a substance. It's all about the first free trial of heroin. It's all about the first free trial of substance where you try it for free. Then again, it's free, and the party's always on. They have cocaine parties, and they have on Wall Street, and they have heroin parties and fentanyl parties and all kind of parties. There's the prices that you pay for it. And pretty soon, as the more and all, the more promiscuous you get, and all the more things lose its meaning, then you really become and this is why I don't vape other people's stuff, because you don't know what other impurities are in it. Now we live in an age where there's no reputable sources of drugs. When I was young, and practically speaking, I really didn't do drugs till I was 27. I did not smoke much till I was maybe 21. I did not drink till I was 24. I've been mostly innocent, and that's thanks to your grandmother, whose braziers sit on your window, and everything. That's how people from India, if you're a good boy, I am a good boy, or at least I used to be a good boy. I'm the perfect man. Well, I didn't really do any of those things. Only when I came to Canada and I had all my liberties, it was I let the floodgate open. I didn't do much too. I've never done any hard drugs. Why? Because I know myself. I'm very addictive. I know Once I hit that freaking heroin, there's no going back, man. I'm going to say that's um, I used to walk around the East Vancouver places at the night. I used to walk around over day. So, once you go and join that lifestyle, that becomes a lifestyle. That becomes your life. That's your for another whole life. You really can't escape it. And that addiction thing is. So I'm coming up running for Prime Minister too, is because I'm trying to come up with solutions. It's not when you now when you take heroin, or when you take fentanyl, or when you take an opioid, and you are in the altered state of being, and you're getting a glimpse of paradise, it's not bad. You're not doing a bad thing to do. A natural thing. Because you are in a state of bliss, in a state of perfect cushness, in a state of perfect happiness, in a state of contention, contented with life. The only problems are the addiction and the sociological responsibilities that you have, that you're held accountable to. People who, I was thinking about solution of this is like people who partake in psychotropic substances. Yeah, it has to be free for them. It has to be not with anything, but they also have to use those substances to develop their spirituality. Because really, under the substances, you can find paradise, because you are getting a glimpse of paradise. That's how the Inca and the all were able to see the future and foretell the future and see into the unknown sources of wisdom. You get connected to those conducts of wisdom and knowledge and a higher power under psychotropic substances that alter you psychologically. You're in a different state of being. So people, I think we need to go in that direction. If you're going to, you can't bribe everyone in the world to go take fentanyl. It's certain personalities that go towards it. Not everybody who drinks becomes alcohol or addicted to alcohol. It is a person who wants to experience that spiritual high, where one drink is not enough. Then you have to have more and more and more and more, because you want to go higher and higher and higher to a higher spiritual being. The problem arises when somebody messes with that spiritual state of yours. And that's when you upset the little genie or the little old man in you. And that comes out. And that person that's read out in an altered state is not altered state, it is a different self. So I think people should be given a choice. If you want to indulge in certain things and explore this, you have to have a safe high. I think the conversation, the direction has to be in having a safe psychotropic experience, right? Because now people are experimenting with these things and they're ending up dead. You know about this overdose crisis and all. So you go, somebody gives you like a little dragon, like a little weight, and you go to take it. They say, oh, it's like giggly, smiley, and you thing, and then your first one is free, and then you get freer, and then the thing, and then you have the price, $10, $100, and $20. So it's your whole freaking fortune, and your whole life, and your whole existence, and you are pretty much a freaking slave. You are somebody's whore, where you will prostitute yourself People blow somebody for $20 just to get another fix. Don't mind if he washed himself or not. And that would be your thing. That is the thing that I'm trying to stop you from darling. That's the reason why I moved to this little shithole place called Tombstone. Because once you get into the thing, you're gonna get stuck. It's like getting stuck in quicksand. It's gonna be, you can get out of quicksand, but it's gonna be like a big challenge. I'm just trying to like save you from a whole lot of trouble, a whole lot of hurt, a whole lot of bitterness, a whole lot of failure, a whole lot of heartache, a whole lot of hardship by giving you the handbook of the birds and the bees. For example, look at our neighbor, like the beautiful girl Shania. She's so fertile, right? Now Shania is so beautiful. How come she's stuck with an ugly, bald-headed bastard? Have you seen his ugliness? He's like a mean taskmaster motherfucker. I'm pretty sure he puts his cigarette out on her beautiful breast. That's the kind of person he is. He punches her in the fucking face without listening. He says, I own you, and you will wear on this augmented reality glasses so that everything you see, I see. You are my bitch, you are my slave. Everything I tell you to do, you will do. I own you, I own your children, they are not my children, you are my children. You're like an evil fuck. Poor little girl, she's stuck with him. She knew nothing. Would you want to be like that? Because that's the way you head. You're going to be stuck with some stick like pimp fuck. Mr. Pimp fuck. Hey. He has pimp written all over his face. He's scared. He's a fucking misfit. It says on his shirt, I am a fucking misfit. He's ugly as shit. I'm already balding. I'm a short, ugly fucking fuck. I was born on a landfill. That's why my whole yard is like a fucking landfill. So do you want to? Because that's what's going to happen to you, darling. I walk around this little town of ours called Tombstone, and I see like all little beautiful girls. Either she has the cock-sucking disease, or she is pushing a stroller with a little child, knocked up by ugly motherfucking cunt the king. Yeah. And smoking and vaping and fucked up. I've been observing. I notice people like that's what my whole life is all about. Observing life, observing time, or not about 1 minute or 2 seconds, but decades and decades and decades. Right from the old civilization to the beginning of civilization, from the beginning of Jesus' time in the before Christ, and now. So I was observing girls. One says to cook with me, and she used to drive a moped. She used to go to Lambton College, and then she slowly spent up all our money and got into debt, and then now I see her like in a bikini, her body full of fucking sores and blisters. You can tell she's taking crack. She's a crackhead, crackhole. Like we're holding a little plastic bag coming to no fruit. That's going to be a future. That's the reason why you and me are kept apart, because Canada needs more coal. The gross domestic produce of Canada is coal. Yeah. And it's all produced by the system. And you have fallen straight into the trap. You are Rapunzel. You have fallen into the stupid ass trap about this gender fucking thing. That the fucking witch of Rapunzel has cast a spell about gender. You know, you're under this gender wall. You are under this cock and cockless fights. You're taking the side of the cockless. And you are at war in your stupidity without understanding about who your father is, about not getting your facts right. You have no jack thought. You have no understanding about exactly who your father is. I'm the father of James Bond, babe. The other day somebody cut my fucking brakes. Again, it was the motherfucker Kane, our motherfucking neighbor, for Shania's thing. Again, too fucking drunk. He and his motherfucking friend. License plate number C AEHE 327. Yeah, they cut my fucking brakes, but still, I can drive a car without brakes. Yeah, I want to teach you all those things. How to drive a car without brakes. So while I was supposed to meet with an unghastly accident and die and all, well, I just went, I did it, I came back, I had the thing, and I parked it back safely. Ah, I can still drive around. Do you want me to drive around without brakes? No, I don't want to. I don't want to take any freaking chances, but it is tedious and it is like hard. You drive it only with the gears. I know how to do that because I learned how to drive stick. The only kind of car I used to drive when I was young was stick. You can tell a person, I need to teach you all those things, darling. You can tell a person whether this person drives stick or not with the way they hold the steering wheel. If they hold the steering wheel with the left hand, because they're driving a lot of stick or manual. Anyway, anyhow, and what else are they? What else does a girl need to know? What else does a girl or a woman or somebody who... What would you like to know, darling? What else? I'm going to make a pretty much songs. I'm making this as an example for the Hogwarts music production. So I'm going to make this into like a techno song or dance music song, give it a club progressive beat, something like that, and make it into like something we haven't heard before. That every young girl in this world can listen to it and learn. That's why I'm making it, knowing fully well that this machine is under surveillance down. And you betrayed my trust. I'm like cut up and hurt too. But again, that's the wonderful thing about being your father. I forgive you. But lots have changed. By the way, I quit cooking. Let me correct myself. I quit cooking for other people. I still cook like magical stuff for myself, like the simple magic, man. Like plain. The man is eating like divine stuff. But I quit cooking for other motherfuckers. And why is that? Thanks to you. Because you and all of y'all said that I've been feeding you all rotten potatoes and rotten potatoes and rotten potatoes. That's the reason we are apart. Because I'm supposed to be feeding you rotten potatoes. Well, do you forget all the things that you ate in your... Let me know. Yeah, make a list of all the things that are nice things that you ate. So things have changed. You still have a room. And I ain't cooking. I just quit cooking, sister. But the good part is, there's hope. There's hope, Joanna. You will be doing the cooking. I am cook, chef, emeritus. I'm chef emeritus. And you will be doing the cooking. By now you know how to do the cooking, so I will be the supervising cook, and you all can go and cook. I'll teach you all the safety things, how to keep. That's what this house is. House is where you practice to have your own house. This is like a practice kitchen. This is a practice bedroom. This is a practice home of yours. This is your house where you learn to keep it, like, and you learn to practice all your domestic skills. And you will be the cook. We can buy ingredients, and I'll tell you how to cook it. I'll show you how to cook it. And I'll tell you all the things that you do, and I'll supervise you. Or like, fuck the supervision. I hate. Yeah, the only way we're going to meet, I believe, is supervised vision. Like, what am I fucking like Caesar from the movie Planet of the Apes, where I'm going to catch you and bite your finger off? Well, if I was really, 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 really drunk, and you kind of insulted me and called me Dopalavax or something like that, or you said what to me when I was really drunk, I might jump up and bite your finger off. And you might do the same too if you're drunk, because you're much like me. But if you don't drink, I don't drink. I quit drinking. The only reason I quit drinking was because of you. Yeah, I quit drinking because of you 6 months before you were born. Otherwise, I would never. I was like Captain Margaret. I was going to buy. I had so much. I was follow your heart and follow your passions. Now, I think so much invested in alcohol. I wanted to buy a brewery in Ireland. Yeah, because when I drink, I like to buy the best of the best. What would you all like today? I would like the best. Does you got the best? And so, yeah, you can come over here. The house is always, your house is your room, your bed, your place is always there. Your computer, of course, is like you fucked it up. Anyway, we're not going to get into all of those things. But you have to learn how to be assertive. You have to learn how to take care of yourself. You have to learn how to, and you're pretty good. You're like a lioness. I've been observing you since you're a child. You have the ability to defend yourself. I think that's because your brother, you have such a strong brother. You know, your brother, his hands are like the freaking claws, man, of a lobster. He just catch you and he crush your ribs, he crush your brain, crush every fucking thing. And he's been your brother. He's so strong. Yeah, you learn to be strong and defend yourself. But I just have to make you a little sure that you can give the lethal force or the tap-out force. It's known as the tap-out force. Is either you shut the fuck up and do as I tell you, or I'm going to rip this fucking arm off your body. And it's like two bad democratic choices you've given a person. Is whether you comply or I will rip each limb out of your body with my ass. Yeah, have you spoken to my ass? So, do you want to be like that, or do you want to be like having the cocksucking disease and Cain's bitch? Because you're supposed to be like a police fucking informant. You know, some of the police people are not there because they exercise so much about who you going to go to. Bad boy, who you going to call when I'm the bad fucking cop? You have to make sure that you don't get stuck in those kind of fucking traps. You have to make sure that you don't get caught in those, yeah, that's part. You remember why did we watch the movie Taken together? This is how dark you have become. It's like Mr. Ireland has come to rescue Team Rapunzel, and Team Rapunzel said, "Fuck off, Mr. Ireland. You can get the fuck out of here. You have failed to meet the gender qualifications." You have to change a million ways before you can rescue us. Nobody can rescue you, darling, except yourself. And nobody can put you in trouble except yourself. Nobody can usually get you out of trouble except yourself. But I mean, that's been my side. I'm mostly a self-built man. And much of my misfortunes and fortunes are all made by myself. And you're a very spiritual being too. You're a very spiritual person. God's very close to you. But how you can tell that? Because you have your bar gets tickled up very easy. Look, little that he said, you get upset and angry and emotional and troubled and fucked up and ready to burst and that's how you know that the person is spiritually in tune. So it's already 1 hour, 40 minutes or so. So to cover that again, what are some other things to go over? No, I want you to have a boyfriend. I want you to have like beautiful, good, handsome men. And then, how would you find a good, handsome boyfriend? I have about 40 years of wooing and relationship experience under my life. Usually, this is what I would say about the girls and the interactions of the male and the female human specimen. Usually the ones that men that are many successful in having a girlfriend is the one that come to you and fucking fool you. They are able to tell you just the thing that you want to hear. They know the combination of your strings. They know the combination to the vault of your heart. So they come, usually the smooth talkers, they come and tell you exactly what the fuck you want to hear. And you fall for it. That's what it's called fooling, being fooled. Did you fool me again? Fool me once, my fault. Fool me twice, my fault. Fool me thrice, my fault. Did you hear that country song? Usually sometimes the one that's perfect for you, they don't have the ability usually to come in like hardly a word or a peep comes out of their mouth. They can't even, they're all tongue-tied, they don't know what to talk, they can't think, they're all shivering, their balls are quaking, they're like totally swept away. Sometimes they're so you. The truth about man and woman is usually a woman, but this is the power of a woman. If she wants to fuck somebody, there's nothing in the world that's going to stop her. Because if a woman wants you, she's going to have you. She's going to make herself very, very clear. And that's the power of a woman too. You might think that the woman's a weaker force. No, the woman's the strongest force in the game of things. Is because in the bottom, actually in the bottom part of a woman is a man. Because the father's sitting in the stomach. So that the bottom person is very strong. So that's why a woman to reach climax or any kind of thing like reach relief or something, it takes a very long time. But a man, he has bottom part of it is actually why it might be a man, persona being a man, the bottom part of it is a woman. That's why he's weak. He hardly like only 10 way. 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, that's all he lasts, and that's it. It's finished. The game's over. It's up. Why? Because the inside persona of is female. That's a contradiction of life that we really can't see. And there's no like, yeah, many women and all, they get raped and all by their professors and by this and that and all. You're most likely to do it with somebody that you interact with, that you try, naturally, professionally, you're interacting with this person. There's very, very highly likely that you're going to fuck your boss, or your boss is going to fuck you. You're going to make out with your relative, your anybody who's in the as any kind of business relationship with you, or like a social relationship with your school or somebody like that. But to go over the thing is, you have to think it through. And also, with knowing your personality, you won't get stuck with the first one. You will make out what appeals to you. Because while you might think that you're a unique individual, much of you is a genetic imprint too. In your grandmother, you have much of your grandmother's weight, or your Auntie Jones' weight. So all the mistakes that Auntie Jones makes, you're gonna make too. Well, Auntie Jones was the most beautiful. She, like, you know what beauty pageants are? That's what you have, like beautiful genes. She was a beauty queen. You're gonna be a beauty queen too. And that beauty someone's going to possess and make you into their bitch by getting you either like onto some substances or into a bind. If that's not possible, throw money at you until they own you and all that. Again, you might think that's a good thing, but no. It's like a fuck show. It's like you're not going to live it for a long time. You're just going to like think, and then it's not positive. There's a difference between having sex with somebody on your terms and when you're enjoying it, and when having sex with them on their terms and when they are abusing you and you're not really enjoying it. So you have to know the difference. Also, reproduction, darling. The reproduction is, in order if you're lucky in one way. When I said I want your firstborn, that doesn't mean that I really going to take your firstborn and run away. What I need to say is that if you have a child, I'm really going to look after it, because to me, I see your child as my part of me, an extension of me. Just the way I see Nana in you, I would see myself born in your grandchildren. Because part of me, I'm part of you and you're part of me, and that is the meaning, I think, of the father than me and I'm the father. So this is going to be like a long album. I was planning on making it for a long time. I didn't get around to making it because I'm not a private person and I don't like private people messing with my private person thing. But everything has been breached at the moment. All of us, all our private lives is public. Thanks to the witch of Rapunzel. And yes, all of us have good and bad in us, darling. It's like even Superman and Superwoman and all those things have good and bad in us. It's learning just to handle it and bringing it under control and being a thing. Now is your time, I would say, for the next phase of your life. Try to find your goodness. Try to find your father. Yep, try to find your father, because you know your father is exceptionally good. I am exceptionally spiritual. This world is unable to, I'm invincible because I'm spiritual, because I have the spirit with me. That's what makes me invincible. It says by the spirit of God, by the spirit of Allah, by the spirit of Shallah, I will lead to walls. Yeah. And also you want to know the truth about religion and spirituality and science and technology and leadership and how to be a queen and king. All these things are all with me. We have all the greatness. There's a whole list of things that you need to do and all those things I need to learn. The good part about me is, while I might seem to be like impoverished and poor, I can get rich all of a sudden. Like bang, all of a sudden I can get rich. Why is that? Because I invested in myself. I invest in myself a lot. I've invested in my spiritual being. I've invested in my health. I've invested in my knowledge. I've invested in skills. I have like several unbelievable skills that I need to teach you too. It's my skills and my ability, all of a sudden, bang, I have a fortune of money. So I need to teach you all those skills too, unless you want to be, I was a little bit disappointed when you said you wanted to be a teacher. I said, wow, you want to be like a teacher? But then I realized that you're right. You're really, really right. You're not talking about yourself. It's like your grandmother talking to you through you. Your grandmother was a great teacher. It's a noble profession. But also you have to realize that your grandmother was a teacher who learned a lot from herself. She had 2 master's degrees. She had a master's degree in she knows Sanskrit, she knows Urdu, she knew about nutrition and all these fucking trends and all that are still going current and trending on TikTok now and all that. Your grandmother knew them in 1970. That's how advanced she is. And you really missed out all that opportunity to learn all that wisdom and knowledge from her. And the mathematics and the crochet and making stuff out of nothing and making art out of nothing, cabana and all those things you have missed out because you're being trapped in this cage of estrogen and this gender stupidity, this gender wars. But girls are weird and bad and bad and all that crap shit about. It's a myopia, darling. You gotta stop looking at yourself as a victim, because to be a victim, you have to be a fucking loser all the fucking time. You can't be like a winner and say, I'm a victim. I'm a victim of success, man. Yeah, you're going to get people's sympathy and they're going to provide you benefits and this and that and all. You might get away. Also, I know I've been observing you, Rapunzel, and your witchly behavior. You know how to use and manipulate this world for your benefit. And in a bad way. Lying and cheating and phoning and make-believe and all those crap shoots. Let me tell you this, darling. The deception is going to come back to bite you in the past. It's going to be your undoing. Okay? Because you gotta learn that. While you might think that I'm rowdy and bad and hard and all that, I find ways of doing everything legally. I find ways of getting by speaking the truth. I find ways of getting by being a good man. In the end, you got to make a choice. It's about, like a Jedi. You can be like a Darth Vader, or you can be like a real noble Jedi. It's all fundamentally a choice. You're making a fundamental choice of the good or evil. There is the point. That's the virtue of being a human being. That's the virtue of civilization. That's the virtue of you have a choice to either color the truth. That's another word for color. Color is like to mess up, to adulterate the truth, or to say lie. It all starts with intention. Like, what are your intentions? Are your intentions to fool that poor handsome boy and take all his fucking money and then blackmail him after getting the children and say, oh, I found a way of keeping you here forever and we're going to go to court forever and ever, and you and me, we have to text forever and ever and ever. Yeah, and you will never be happy with another man. I will ensure those fucking things that keep on fucking your life. It all starts with intentions. Like, what are your intentions? You got to. So, I would urge you, in closing, is to find your goodness. Find the goodness in you. Be a child of light. I think you're very influenced by Jesus and Mother Mary. Oh, did I mention I started going to the mosque? Yeah, because I've acknowledged part of me is like very big. Part of us is a very big family in Islam, and so all these years I've been in denial of them. So to acknowledge them, I started going to the mosque. You two are like a major Persian princess. You're like the princess of one of the wise men. You know, the 3 wise men that came to see Jesus. Do you like them or you not like them? Were they Catholic? Were they Roman Catholic? Nah. Yeah, so we are, that's my story. We are the real wise guys. You can always tell somebody, you know, my daddy is a wise guy. You fucking fuck. My father is a wise guy. You better be careful. He's a real wise guy. And also, part of my mission in life is to unify 3 monotheistic religions. Now, in religion, you'll be happy to know this, that Islam too, it has a whole thing about a whole different perspective about Mary. You know, you need to listen to some of my other things about Mother Mary and also. So actually speaking, if you read the Quran, if you read the holy books of Islam, now that you realize that Muslims are actually like good Catholics because they believe in the virgin birth. For example, if you go have your baby and you tell me, Daddy, I didn't go fucking around and anything like that, and they can't use blasphemy words. Yeah, but it's unbelievable, darling, but it's it's one of the true faiths. It's a wonderful faith, and yeah, it's we need to. So yeah, they believe yeah, that was wrong. I need to speak. Also, I noticed you are using a lot of wild language, just like me. I will implore you to stop using wild language. The reason is because you live and die by your words, and words are very important, and you have to stop using bad language. Because bad language and all, some people find it very offensive, and then if you really don't mean any offense, a lot of offense is taken, right? So you got to be more like your brother, maybe, and use a little less language, or find more adjective. So getting back to the actually, Islam they're very much Catholic too, because they believe in the virgin birth. They believe that Jesus is the Messiah, and that he was born of Virgin Mary, and that the Jews are pretty wrong for not believing and acknowledging Mary. And yeah, there's a whole chapter in that. But again, now in Islam, they talk about woman, and yeah, I'm pretty sure you might think that, oh, daddy's going to make me dress like a hide myself. And darling, you gave me that painting. Explain your opinion of me is that I'm going to prevent you from having fun. My analysis of your painting is that I'm like going to make your life black and white. I'm going to take out the color and the joy and the hue and the fun out of your life, making you wear on like a burqa and wear on like a hijab and like keeping you locked up in the house and making you do nothing but Java programming. That's what your painting speaks to me and says. But no, that's not true. Now, when you look at it's all perception. The law is perception. When a person or woman dresses up, yeah, there's another thing. And you're a modest girl. You dress very fine. You dress like really like your grandmother, wearing modesty and all that. But I was just mentioning about the hijab. Now, that's not really for sake of prevent you from showing your beauty. That's not the reason why women in Islam wear on a veil and all that. It is because it's to give you your privacy, so that nobody can look at your enchanting beauty. Because sometimes, like let me tell you this: in certain parts of Arabia, if a man he sees even your little part of your wrist, okay, he's going to want to have you. And sometimes that passion is so great, that feeling, it comes from the bottom, from the bar. It doesn't really accept any rules of, say, civilized society. It's like the Trojan War is unleashed at any cost, at any price, at anything. It doesn't matter what, if I go to jail, if I have to go to fucking swing from the gallows, if I don't have to destroy the whole world. You want to possess it. You want to mate with that person. That's how powerful that force is. And you don't want to. So what are you going to do now? So the hijab is for your benefit. It's not for anybody else's benefit. It is for you to show how much you're comfortable with, to who you're comfortable, to who you want to show to. For example, if you look at all the girls, like Iranian girls who are burning their ass and burning their hair, cutting their hair and burning all things, if you actually go to their house, inside their house, and you're inside the compound in their house, and you look at the way they're dressed, they'll be like jaw-dropping beautiful. They like follow the latest trends and fashion. Like underneath that black little veil of theirs, they are like the total dolls. They are like they make Shakira and J-Lo and all feel like a little underdressed or underpassionated. They're like the epitome of beauty and smelling sweet and looking like irresistible. It's all like, but the veil is not for like it's just like a filter on Instagram where the ugly bastards can see, where the people of poor intentions. What are your intentions, you little ugly fucker? Again, I should stop abusing. No, I'm not doing it. But that is to keep us like a filter, is to keep your beauty reserved for only the ones that you want to show it to, so that for ones that you want to felicitate and advance. It's for the display, for the ones that you think are worthy of your affections and worthy uniting with your love. So it's quite a good thing that I've finally acknowledged my paternity, which is great. But again, your grandmother, we are like a paradox. Like, Tim, you're going to have like a future. Your grandmother is the Virgin of Israel. Yeah. Because you got to remember, like the ancient times, the Arabs, the Middle East, it had links with South India. And South India is where your grandmother is from. The grandmother is a mix of like European and like all kinds of like things unbelievable. And she met your grandfather. Why? By because he was military. He came and give her her brother Brian was and my father or your grandfather were like military people. And then he came to give her a parcel. There, you seen her once, and you know I'm telling you about that blood, like that Arabian blood, like that the blood that we have, the passion that we have. Your grandfather never left her. He never left her till he married her. It took 10 fucking years of wooing, but he was persistent. And so if you want that kind of persistence, then you're going to have that kind of application and persistence that a person's going to have, give on you and put on you if they see your beauty that they were not meant to see. So the whale, it gives you the control for showing how much of you want to show, to who you want to show, and to when you want to show. It puts it at your turn. And that is my perspective as the Khalifa of planet Earth. Again, the law needs to be put in perspective. It has to be interpreted appropriately. If you have like stupid people, like like little imbeciles, do not understand the law, the divinity, human nature, human thought, and all that, then you would be. That's what we are suffering with. I am here because I have your best interests at heart, and you are estranged from me by the very people who are supposed to protect your interests. They have set you on the road to disaster. Pretty sure you're going to sleep over with somebody. Pretty sure somebody's going to like, of course, what are you going to do when you're not supposed to do? It's like, I cool and have a little wait, and then you're going to have a little wait, but you're going to have a little drink, like everybody, like the movie stars in the sitcoms on Instagram and things they'll drink. Then you're going to get juice, then you're going to have like boyfriend, then you're going to get the cock-sucking disease, then you're going to get like, you can get into somebody's, a boyfriend is going to find another boyfriend who's like a little fucking pimple who already owes money somebody asked. He already has a bad habit, he has to recruit new people, he to get the business, and then you're going to be a pimple fuck motherfucker, the same thing. You're going to get stuck. Why? Because you're not with me. You do not have the protection of the wise guy. So Rapunzel, you got to save yourself, darling. All these years, I've spent most of my life trying to save you, like Mr. Frickin' Taken Ireland. Now you're grown up. It is you who has to save yourself. These are all pearls of wisdom that I've spent almost 2 hours of my life talking to you about the facts of life with birds, the bees, but what to do with the pitfalls of life, or what is your future. I'm reading out your future down. You can either be like a girl with a face full of cock-sucking disease, and like all crack marks, and walking around in a bikini with all like pestering soles, and like with a wasted life and a wasted thing, and a little priority, living on welfare, living in fire, living by the library, or like on the bridge, or like being somebody's bitch and or somebody putting up cigarettes on your thing. Or you can be a queen that owns the planetary civilization. Wow. Well, and also you got to realize that you have little other little sisters too. You might think that they are at constant war with you, but actually they are offering you the most sincere compliment, and that is they're flattering you and they're copying you. Copying and imitation is the most sincere form of flattery or compliment. So they're listening, they're acting just like you. They're listening and they're acting just like you. You remember Kira? She does everything that you do. She's just like you. Again, Kira's a little confused because gender and all that crap should know. That's why. Because she does not know me. I know Kira very, very well. Kira is like a... Anyway, that's for Kira's time. This was yours. Don't make a video for Kira too. Hopefully I don't have to make it public. Because this is going to be public, man. This is going to be the song that people are going to be dancing to all over the planet. All girls all around the planet will be dancing and gyrating and twerking to the song. That's the kind of music the song is going to have, like a twerk. I'm going to make twerking an Olympic sport. So yes, of course, I love you, darling. What is love? People say I love you. You like to say I love you. You like to express. You're a very loving child, but you don't know how to express it towards me or towards me. You got to learn how to express your love. Me, I'm prolific in expressing my love. I can express my love for you in like 1,000 different ways, in words, acts, deeds, thoughts. That's because I mostly live my life by my heart. So I hope to see you around soon and bring your sisters too. And no, I'm not going to beat you or fight you or punish you. That's the thing about a father. The father is always fucking forgiving, giving. That's the thing. That is what love is. Love is, even though people fuck you over, you still forgive them. That is what love is. Love is not without without fucking condition. That's like true love. The real love is. Even though you're angry and mad and you know this person has messed you up and caused you thing and put surveillance on your freaking computer and screwed everything up everything and did this and did that and all that and said lies about you and all that, but just let it go. Okay? That's what love is. And I'm the only really man who really, really loves you truly. And you are my love, because you're my daughter. You're part of me, sits within your stomach. And whether you like it or not, I'm part of you, and you're part of me. You're part of your grandmother, and you have a long, long, long chain of people that are all part of you. That's why when you get involved with somebody, you have to see what to think. If you're looking long term, you got to look at their family too. Because when family gets married, you either get stronger and bigger, and then your families grow and you become a stronger community. Because in the end, you have to interact with all those fucking people because they love him and you love you, and they think and if you are in contention for fighting and fighting for love and attention and all that. So it's really not going to last a long time unless you're married with somebody's family. So you marry into a family. And my thing about being promiscuous and all, you really don't have to, because each time you unhook with somebody and you really don't want to break up with somebody, you like hurt part of your own spirit. So you might as well do proper diligence and see if it's worth breaking up. But again, love has happened. It's really not about the thing. Just be. Love is when you getting involved with another person. Getting involved with another being is you open yourself up to a whole lot of liability and vulnerability, especially for estrogen producer, the estrogen camp, because like Miss Morissette said, you have you're the field, the field, the dandelion or the tree of life comes in sows its seed in the tree of field. Now it could be like a pine tree, or it could be like a bushel, it could be like a bamboo line, it could be a bamboo, it could be all that. So the field has a choice. The field has a choice about what it's sown with. this is the music I play. I hope it answered all your questions, all your answers. I'm doing this extempore like I do with all my other things. So I do miss you. I do think about you every night, and I do wish that you find your senses, that you can overcome this charm of this estrogen charm of the gender war that you've been put about and against, and that you can free yourself, Rapunzel. Because I want you to let your hair down, because who has long hair and let their hair down? But yet, you can let your hair down and it can get stuck in a blade, or it can get stuck in a fan, or it can get stuck in a car thing, and it can be pulled into like a wood chipper. So you have to be wonderful, be careful about what can happen to you. There's a whole lot of pitfalls that are being aware. This world has a lot of bad intentions. Fundamentally, all our actions are built on our intentions and what our intentions are. So mostly our intentions, human beings are exploited with one another. We usually want something from somebody. That's why we smile at them and talk with them and tell them things that we think that they would like and appreciate and that they want to hear, and part of it that they want to see, so that we can get from them what we want. So you will find enlightenment, and you will find spirit and all. But in the end, life is about the journey, darling. And you can make it as happy and as safe and as wonderful as you like, or you can make it as difficult and sorrowful and bitter as you like. Happiness is a choice. And yes, you can be a good teacher, but first of all, you have to learn. You have to be like a good thing. You have the abilities. The reason why I was disappointed when you said you want to be a teacher is because you can understand anything. You can learn anything. You can absorb anything. You can understand complex matters. You can understand things that are like in steps of many things. That takes a lot of abstract thought. And you just want to be like a KG kindergarten teacher, like a little smart. So the thing is, you can be a teacher. Like me too, I'm getting into teaching. That's why I started, because our family business is teaching. We are noble profession. Your grandmother was a teacher. Your grandfather was a teacher. Your brother's a teacher. You even taught at the University of Boulder, Colorado. And I'm a teacher too. Whether you like it or not, I used to teach mathematics, physics, and chemistry. I see trigonometry, I see calculus, different calculus, engineering, mechanics, programming, all kinds of things. I am a teacher too. You can call me rabbi, rabbi. But the thing is, you have to acquire enough knowledge so you can be a heart surgeon, where you can take your little phaser and cut people's heart up, teach people how to cut people's heart up, to make them dirty. You have a license to cut a person's heart, a boy's head. You have the license to take a boy, you can cut his heart open and attach his lower ventricle to his upper ventricle and call it like a bypass surgery. And you will have to pay for that. And you will teach people how to attach ventricles. So the thing is to first learn good things. You have to learn and learn yourself. So I've learned a whole lot in my life. I'm still learning. I'm learning lambda expressions. I'm learning French. I'm learning Spanish. I'm still learning about some new form of prayer. I'm I'm learning about Islam. I'm learning the truth about Islam. Because actually what happened is, during the Dark Ages, there is a period called the Dark Ages, okay? Okay, and there's one more limit. We lost all the information, but that information was preserved in the Islamic books and scriptures and knowledge and all that. So that's all there to be rediscovered. Like the matter of the Alibaba and all our science and technology and all is actually built on Arabic. Even our numbers are Arabic. I'm Arabic numerals. So I'm learning a whole lot of things, and I hope you invest yourself to learn a whole lot of things. And yeah, I would like to meet and hope you can go find you a nice boyfriend. I can give you the heads up about who's going to be a nice one and not a nice one. Yep. Okay, darling, I have to see you sometime soon. I even might be getting married. I've been marrying to a nice family. Yeah, because I finally understood the meaning of marriage. Marriage is when you marry into a family. You don't get married into like a freaking like some individual what do you call that? Like infatuation or something. I'll be like yeah. But the conditions you are my priority. You are my first love. You are my highest priority. Conditions that's why I would like you to be part and involved in finding the new family, because you're going to be part of this family too. You are going to have your designated spot, and you have to come and collect your designated spot. It's available just beside me. Okay? So part of you, you're very important about all those factors too. So I need you, and you need to get out of the sway of the evil witch. You need to get out of the sway of being fooled. You are being fooled. I was thinking of naming the song "Fooled" because finally you're going to be like 50 or 60 years old, and you're going to realize that you've been fooled all around. Yeah, and then you can't do shit. You become old. So, chop, wake up, wakey, and I'll see you soon. Okay, bye, man, bye, and I'll see you soon. Yeah, bye. I'm gonna find like a fine level down. Yep, and I hope you find fine boyfriend too, and you have like a fine life. And I hope you're enjoying your expecting, and there's going to be a whole lot of stuff that I'm going to be doing. It's supposed to be like a movie where this man's own children don't appreciate him. So he goes to the slums and he picks up children from the slums and he teaches them all how to be great. So that's what I'm going to do, and that's what Hogwarts is. It is a school of knowledge by donation only. So if you don't come and learn how to be great, I'm going to teach strangers how to be great. Yeah, lambda expression. Go look up a lambda expressions and see if you can understand jack about it. And you'll see and you'll know who I am. Rapunzel. With the let down hair. Rapunzel, with the let down hair. Where are you? Where are you?